see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it out. It's Lanier. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Purdue's offense will have the ball first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Right, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. And just left that pass short, not enough juice on that one. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you do get beat. You've had some setbacks. Now, how are we going to finish? Now, we've talked about this season. We've talked about what we want to do. And we might not be living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Michigan's offense will take the field for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he
breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the...
Touchdown, Wolverines! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this offense continues to have some success. And I'll tell you what, when it gets down to it and you need a play, they're starting to find this playmaker. You can tell the QB looks for him. That's 3 TDs now in 4 games, and I think they'll keep feeding the big fella.
Bringing it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Purdue offense heads back out field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Prime play action. Forced out of the pocket.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Makes the catch. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
That's a third down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game.
Oh, he's got some space. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, out of space. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to throw, it's Ford. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So the quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Boilermakers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Purdue! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on 1st down from the 44. Turning it on!
This guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lanier. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Looking for a man, it's Evanson. Finds his tight end.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys...
And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
The kick is on its way. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Going with the counter play here. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Rushes on him. Got his man downfield. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Try to get it to the edge. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it, and he had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Randall. Quarterback moving. Got his man to the left. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. This time they'll go to the running game. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll send the tight end in motion. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Complete to start this drive. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. To the air on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? And the Boilermakers moving quickly to the line.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big... And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to. And instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball, man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the...
There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Boilermakers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Quick completion on the out. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw. It's Randall. Buys a little time with his feet. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Looking for space. It's Slater. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so
breaks into the open. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Rides the back on the option to give. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll move the tight end. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. To the air, it's Evanson. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it on? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and days like this can put you up with those legendary Michigan runners.
And that's why you come to Michigan.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
Fires to the big fella. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Field goal is good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Evanson. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off play action on 1st down. Release to the back. Hits the open man. Oh, he's got some space. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
The lone back's got it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
They'll give it to the back. Lowers those pads. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Boilermakers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Pressure coming. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Now the play fake. It's complete on the right side. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Trying to surge it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They're trying to slam it in. Touchdown, Boilermakers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, you just know that offense, they needed that touchdown to try to build some momentum. Hasn't really been going great early in this game, but a nice job being physical at the point of attack and pay it off with the score. And maybe that's just the play they needed to turn this thing around.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's the handoff. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, it's Evanson. Makes the grab. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Looking downfield on first down. A strike downfield. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. And they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up second down.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. Two workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running back searching for a hole. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Randall. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to...
Going over the top. He's got it inside the 30. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Wolverines are on the move. Leaves it with the back. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. The give on the option. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Wants to bring it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. That's caught. It's Powell. Turning it on. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Wolverines, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
Hey, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Boilermakers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
And the Boilermakers will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. And the returner goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll try the run. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Creates a little space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. And the Wolverines trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Lets it fly. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They'll go jumbo package. 3 tight ends set on 3rd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
Yeah, that's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense takes matters into its own hands. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. To the air, it's Evanson. Quick strike complete. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Back to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is a tough spot for QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's not afraid to go deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. It's as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Just drives it between the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll bring it out. It's Lanier. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a third and long. To throw, it's Evanson. Under fire. Using his feet to buy time. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Punt is on its way. No fair catches here, looking for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Just feeds the running back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
The Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grab near the marker. It's Blair. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Evanson. Hit as he throws. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw, and he's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. When you know you have a team out